Tribe, what's up? I'm out taking a walk. Want to share some stuff with you about, when we talk about law of attraction, law of assumption, manifesting, okay, it's really beyond techniques, okay? Manifesting techniques is really there just to kind of help increase your confidence, help increase your belief in things. But it's really beyond the techniques. It's not really about the techniques. And when I talk about this is because lots of times we get all caught up. We get all caught up with manifesting techniques. We get all caught up, what's the best technique, baby? Okay, what's the best 24-hour technique? You understand? It's not really about techniques, because lots of times when we're doing a manifesting technique it's really communicating to us that we don't have what we want. You see, that's the dogma of techniques. The whole reason why you're doing a manifesting technique is because you're putting yourself into a state that you don't have what you want. Isn't that true when you think about it, tribe? So that's what we're going to talk about today. And if you're new here, I'm Chad, by the way. Welcome back to Live Life on Your Terms. And if you want to be part of the tribe, the link is in the description. The best tribe on planet YouTube to get you results. And if you want to work with me, reach out to me. The links are in the description also. And I'm up here in Surin. It's getting close to mid-July. Okay, starting to get into the heart of rainy season. Starting to cool down a little bit. I'm glad of that. It's getting out of hell hot season. But anyway, what I really want to talk to you about is this is how easy manifesting is, but at the same time, this is very difficult, because I'll explain the difficulty here in a second. It only comes down to three things, baby. Only three things you need to focus on. Listen, it's your identity, it's your self-concept, okay? And the third one is, I'm kind of going to put a lot of stuff in here. Your third one is everything you think about. Okay, your thinking, your inner conversations, how you talk to yourself, okay? It's those three things. That's how easy it is. It's not manifesting techniques. It's your state, it's your identity, okay? It's what you believe, it's what you believe about yourself. If you totally believe you can have what you want, you don't need to do a manifesting technique, baby. It's just on your belief, how you carry yourself, your outlook on life. You understand? And what you have to understand is we've been manifesting a whole flip of life. Manifesting isn't new to you. You understand? It's not new. You've been doing it your whole life. Listen, and I'll go a little bit farther with you, is you've all heard that life is a mirror. Life is just mirroring you. What's coming into your life is just mirroring you. Okay, it's a mirror, but what is it mirroring? Okay, what is it mirroring again? Trying to stay away from the noise there. It's literally mirroring your identity, your self-concept, and what you're thinking about all day long. That's what it's mirroring. You understand? So like any manifesting technique out there, it's not going to work until you actually believe you can have what you want. Okay? And lots of times manifesting techniques don't work is because when we do them, it reminds us that we don't have what we want. So it puts us in a state that we don't have. Then in turn, that's mirrored back to us. Understand? So now let's talk about, well, Chad, I understand what you're saying. Took you 4 minutes to say it. So how do you get it to work? Okay, so let's kind of dig deep into these three things really fast. Okay. Now your identity is everything wrapped around your self-concept, your self-image, your confidence, your beliefs, the secret you, what you truly believe, how you carry yourself. That's your identity. Okay, now, to better explain this is you have your current identity you are right now, but you want to be that most successful version of you. You understand? You want to be that most successful version of you that has everything they want. Okay? So what you're trying to do is you're trying to move from one identity to another identity. Okay, so this is the key. That's why manifesting techniques don't work. It's because you're staying at your current self. You're staying at your current self, your current confidence, your current life, your current decisions. I have an ant biting me in the toe. Oh, and I'm leaving these bloopers in here. Okay. So what I want you to do is you got to practice. You got to go inside your imagination and really think, okay, what do you want? How do you want to live your life? What's your dream life? And you got to go inside your imagination and think and imagine your most successful version of you. Okay, what would they be doing? How would they act? What type of decisions would they make? How would they dress? What type of hobbies would they have? Okay, what type of friends would they have? Would you be in a totally different friend group? Okay, and what you got to do is you got to mimic it today. You got to mirror it today. You got to be that version of you today. So this is why I always tell you, and I do the same thing, is I'll ask questions to myself all day long sometimes where if I'm struggling making a decision, I'll ask myself, what would the most successful version of me do in this situation? And most of the time, I'll come up with an answer really fast. But you got to model that answer. You got to actually do it and follow through. Okay, guys? Okay, this is the stuff you got to do. Maybe it's a question, maybe it's an action, maybe it's a decision. You got to model as best as possible and carry yourself as best as possible as the most successful version of you. That's your identity. The issue is you're not doing that. This place isn't, the lighting is excellent, but there's just tons of ants walking around. I can't stay in one spot. Now, the second thing is your self-concept. Now, your self-concept, that's kind of it's a popular word nowadays, but that's really your self-image. It's your self-image, what you think about yourself. It's your confidence. It's your self-confidence. Okay. And listen, that's going to be linked to your identity. Okay. Now imagine this, and it's getting windy. I didn't bring my little fuzzy little things with me, trying to get out of the wind. But think about this, is the most successful version of you is confident. The most successful version of you is dressing sharp. The most successful version of you is being authentically you. Okay, so basically, what's going to help you increase your self-image? What's going to help you increase your confidence? You got to start doing those things. If dressing sharper, dressing nice, no matter if you're wearing a suit and tie, no matter if you're dressing nice, casual, no matter if you're just being authentically you. Okay, how would you really dress? If that increases your state, that makes you feel better, well, you need to do that. Okay. Same way if you're a woman, every month you should be going out, getting manicures and pedicures, doing your hair. If that makes you feel better about yourself, do those actions. Okay. If you go grab a coffee in the morning, you drive a little bit out of your way to go to a nicer coffee shop that costs the same thing, by the way, and you sit there and sip on your coffee, just looking at the environment, if that changes your state, it makes you feel better about yourself, you should do those things. Understand, if you're a guy, okay, and this is why guys or guy groups always tell you, go to the gym, get in better shape, start being active, start doing extracurricular activities, okay, start getting hobbies again, okay? Because what happens is they know, they might not be explaining it like me, but they know that it increases your confidence. Why? Because it makes you feel better about yourself. Isn't it true? When you go to the gym, maybe not right away, but when you go to the gym after a couple of weeks, even if you got no results yet, but in a couple of weeks, you start walking a little bit better. Your posture's a little bit more up, okay? You start walking like you're in shape. because it's starting to change your self-image. It's starting to change your confidence. You start feeling more confident about yourself just because you're going to the gym. Oh, hey, good morning. They're walking behind me. I didn't even see them there. So focus on talking to you guys. You understand? But the issue is, plus I know them. She lives down by Ang. But the thing is, you're not doing it. Okay. Listen, guys, you got to do these little things I'm talking about. The thing is, you're skipping over the little things. You're trying to shoot to the moon. You understand what you're doing, okay? You're trying to go from these little things, and you're trying to jump right to, how would I behave if I had my dream house? How would I behave if I was a multi-millionaire? Okay, then that's what's flubbing you up, because it's too far away from you. Do you understand? Like, I'm not telling you not to do that stuff, but you got to blend in easier things. Okay, you got to start small a little bit. So that starts changing you a little bit, then it's easier to kind of shoot to the moon a little bit. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. Now let's go to the third one. It's getting windy down here now. I'm trying to hide from the wind. Let me kneel here. Now let's go to the third one. Now the third one is, I kind of clustered this in one giant thing. Is it's how you think. If you think negative, positive, it's your self-talk, it's your inner conversations, it's the secret you, what you secretly tell yourself. Okay? You got to control that baby. Because listen, your self-talk is connected to your concept of self, your self-image, and it's connected to your identity. You understand? Listen, you can't be walking around all day acting like the most successful version of you, then at the same time, you start thinking to yourself, well, I can't do this. You know, it's stupid to think about my dream house. It's stupid. No, people are just lucky. You understand? You can't be thinking that way when then at the same time you think you're acting as if you're acting like the most successful version of you. See, the issue is you're not. The issue is what you're doing is you're contradicting yourself. Again, what would the most successful version of you do? Would the most successful version of you allow their mind to go in the gutter all day long? No, they wouldn't. Okay. Would the most successful version of you think that they cannot achieve something? No, they wouldn't. Okay. And this is the climax of number 3 here. This is what I want you to do. Is when you talk and you think, this is what increases your confidence. Okay. You got to get to a point of, what I say, I get. What I say, I do. I stand behind what I say. I stand behind my word. If I say I'm going to help somebody, I help them. Okay. If I say I'm going to give, I give. What I say, I do. And it's the flip-flop. Okay. When I say I want something, I always get it. You got to believe that, because listen, you thinking that way is linked to your identity and linked to your self-image, your concept of self. It's linked, because listen, that's exactly how the most successful version of you would think. The most successful version of you, if you're thinking about your dream house, you're already saying, dude, that's what I want, I'm going to get it. No problem. And then you just forget about it. Okay. If you're walking around thinking, every time you spend money and you're thinking, dude, every time I spend money, it comes back to me double. I make more money. That's your nature, your thought. Okay? If I'm sitting here walking and I'm thinking, you know what? I'm craving a caramel macchiato right now. I'm thinking about going to Amazon Cafe. That's a popular cafe in Thailand, by the way. I just make a decision. Go get it. Okay? There is no playing around in my mind. Should I? I just make a decision to go do it. I want it, I do it. When I want something, I always get it. When I want something, it always works out in my favor. That's how your mindset has to be. okay? You got to come, listen, you got to come to a realization of you are guiding your life. You are in control of your life. Life isn't in control of you. You are in control of your environment. Your environment isn't in control of you. And how you control these two things, how you control your life, how you control your environment, is you say exactly what you want, how it's going to go, and you believe you're going to get exactly what you want, exactly how it's going to go. Okay? No, you understand. Okay, sometimes I give you YouTube examples of YouTube. They're cheesy examples, okay? Or entrepreneur examples, if you're a business or whatever. Okay, listen, your business is run by how you say it's going to go, what you truly believe. Listen, guys, if you believe you got to work 12-hour days, 7 days a week, well, guess what? That's what you're going to have to do. If you truly believe that you only can work 4-hour days, 4 days a week, take 3 days off, well, that's what's going to happen to you. You understand? If I sit there and say, dude, my YouTube channel is going to go viral, my videos, everybody's going to get something on my video because I'm really trying to help people. Okay, it doesn't matter where I film my videos. I could film my videos on the toilet and they're going to get something out of it. It doesn't matter the environment, where I'm at. It doesn't matter what my titles are. It doesn't matter what my thumbnails are. I could have the ugliest thumbnails on YouTube and people flip and watch them. Okay? Why? Because that's what I said. Okay? What I say, I always get. What I say matters. Okay? You understand? And you apply this simple little example to everything in life, guys. Okay? If you want money, you state how much you want, you know it's going to come to you. Okay, when you start worrying about it, you sit there and say, you know what? It's going to come to you. Why? Because I said it's going to come. I don't know how it's going to come, but it's going to come to me because everything comes to me. You understand? Okay. I don't want to keep on giving you example over example over example because I know you get it. Okay. But as we wrap up this video, tribe, just want to share those 3 things. But what I want you to understand is, and I'm kind of talking fast and loud because they're playing music out here. I can hear it from time to time, and I don't want the mics to pick up the music. That's why I'm kind of talking fast and loud. Okay? Because I'm trying to like over talk the music so the mics don't pick it up. But what you have to understand is these 3 things, what I've been saying the whole video, are interlinked. They're interweaved to each other. Okay, you got to master all these 3. You got to master your identity, your self-concept, and your self-talk, your inner conversations, how you think. Okay, all of them are interlinked. Okay, you got to do all 3, baby. Okay, listen, you can try to master your identity and you have a poor self-concept. Well, that poor self-concept is linked to your old identity. So you're in contradiction. Things are not going to come to you. That's how this stuff works. Okay, you think you're acting as if you're being the most successful version of you. And you think, well, you know, I got a healthy self-image, but your mind's in the gutter all day long. Okay? Your mind's in the gutter is because you're still operating from the old version of you. You understand? So that's what's going to mirror back to you. You got to master all 3. Okay, it's like Napoleon Hill said in Think and Grow Rich. Now, Think and Grow Rich was about the 13 principles of success. He said this in every flipping chapter, guys. He said, it's about self-mastery. It's mastering all the 13 principles. It's not picking and choosing because all the 13 principles are interlinked together. But what you guys want to do, you guys want to pick and choose. But picking and choosing don't work because they're all interlinked. Then Napoleon Hill went a step further and said, if the principles of success don't work for you, it's not the principles, it's not the techniques, it's not the manifesting techniques, it's you. You're the issue. You're the problem. You haven't mastered it. You haven't mastered yourself. It's about self-mastery. You understand? Okay? But other than that, tribe, I kind of sound like I was being rough with you. I apologize, but I can't go up there anymore because I can kind of hear music as I start walking up there. So, but anyway, if you have questions about this, comment below. I'd love to hear from you. If you just want to say hi, say hi. And like always, check out the description. That's where all the nuggets are. If you want to be part of the tribe, the link is in the description. If you want to work with me in any facet, the link's in the description. But remember, I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.